Hello guys! Today is a really special game. We could say that this is some video edition which dedicated for one man, the man who was my opponent. He's no longer alive and I would like to make tribute video, a tribute for him and to commemorate his name in this position. This game makes me kind of sad when I'm analyzing this game and seeing this game and kind of feeling nostalgia out of this. Anyways, but ask you to stay assembled until the end of the game. My opponent here is playing with black pieces. Knight f3, knight c6, c4, e6, g3. Nothing to tell. Just trying to control this square with my pawn, trying to, as my previous games shown you. If you saw my previous games, you know that I am, at that time, I was going very frequently for this variation with bishop fianchetto. Bishop c5, he's looking to contest this square, which is not really possible. I just played d4, he moved his bishop with the check, and I've played knight c3. He went for immediate capture on c3, managed to mess up my pawn structure, but there is nothing really wrong with that, because I could always go for c5 or g5 in case he waits too much. He doesn't commit to the center. g5. So this is the other possibility here, and the reason why my structure isn't bad, because he just himself lets me an address to get rid of my weakness. After just taking here, I could have just this position is really okay for white, but I chose to not take this pawn and let him take. After g3, after bishop g2, he took my pawn on c5, rook b1, knight f6, bishop a3. There is first huge liability of his position is black squares. And the fact that he gave up his bishop pretty soon at the game shows that his strategical view was kind of blurred. So after knight e5, he just tries to attack my pawn and hopefully get the 4 on my rook and my queen. I just protect my c3 square. He goes back because his knight was attacked as well. I went for aggressive push on e5, b6. b6 is another questionable move, because the fact is that I got a fianchetto. I got my bishop placed on the fianchetto, having an X-ray on. Just makes his position even worse and just unbearable for black. Castle a6. Here is my activity, and here is the demonstration of what I have just told before. I went for e5 push, just to strike on the center, just to harass even his knight that is not really stabilized on the d6, and as well as liberating white squares for more efficiency of my bishop. So he attacks my bishop, I just put it away. He goes for castling, and this is the other huge mistake. It just tactically, I just get to punish my opponent with the next tactic, and you can just pause the video and for yourself for 3 seconds. And here we go. Congrats to you if you found the solution, and the right move in this position is knight to g5. Bam! Here is the thing. I've got a double attack on his knight and creating a menace on towards his king of checkmate in 1. So there is no way to protect the both of threats at the same time. So he goes for obviously he doesn't blunder the mate. So I take his knight, and this is pretty much game over actually. But my opponent just kept play. I went for more liquidation, took his knight and won the pawn. Even even though I've got some light square weaknesses, it is not a real, it doesn't really bother me, because I could just afford to myself a protection. He doesn't have enough of resources in order to deploy an efficient attack, an attack that would work. So bishop d7, he attacks my rook, I drop my rook back on b1 square. Bishop c6, he tries to make his pieces more active. It's a good idea, but I'm going for this square now, and actually this is the end. The fact that he got no black piece, a perfect guardian of the black squares, just makes his position strategically really hard to handle. So he goes for f5. I could have just taken this in fianchetto, taken this in passant, but I went for immediate check with my knight, and he just sacrificed his in order to liberate. Otherwise, he could have just lost the game even faster, because this knight was just an undisputable monster on this square, indeed. So after an exchange, I've just kept to improve in my position. Even I have let him make this square. Giving up my rook for his bishop was a really good deal, because after that I just have a piece up and a bunch of pawns, and as you can see, after a sequence of liquidation moves, I've managed to change their queens. And here is really fast conversion. There is no way he could have won this. And in this very position, my opponent just resigned. Rest in peace, my friend. Guys, for me, this game just a trace is like a photograph or a video. And now this became actually a video that tells me that this man once was just close to me, as I am, seems in this video to you. Take care, guys, play chess and enjoy it today, because anything could happen tomorrow.